but no one can see me. Maybe not today, cause I'm not coming like a star. I'm not coming to.